Hello Gemini. Thank you for joining me here today. My name is Darren with a Healthy Holistic Hub with your January 2018 reading. So Gemini, fellow air sign, I love how you can talk and talk and talk. These are real storytellers, but you give great insight and you are so understanding. You're kind of like a Libra in a sense, where you still weigh up the sides of an argument and you can become a bit feisty, but I feel like a lot of this for you is realisation and big new change. So realisation's the word for you, so you're going to be realising a lot your aim being and the circumstances around you. So at the same time, you've got to be willing to take these circumstances in and realise what's best for you and what's not. So there's a lot of realisation going to be happening, Gemini. So realise what situations didn't serve you anywhere and realise what day. And I feel like a lot of you are going to have a lot of mental realisation too, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this anymore and I shouldn't be thinking like that anymore. Because I feel like every air sign lives in the mind and we're over analytical and we're always analysing everything and it gets a bit excessive sometimes. So I feel like for you as Gemini, you're having a lot of realisation and a sense of mind. Oh, there we go, that's your mind. Right, I get it. Right, so then gives you a bit of your love for Gemini, January 2018, peace, love and light for my spirit guides. Oh, there we go. Right. And a wee bit of your work. Oh. And then we need an overall for the Gemini tribe. Oh, there we go. Didn't even mean that, but they opened the card. Anyway, sorry about being late with the readings, but again, I'm not making excuses because excuses are bad. Right, so Gemini. So this the middle of the month, so where it is the new in January, I love it. Queen of Wands, you're starting to realise what you need and you're enjoying life again. You've got that childlike sense about you and you're looking at the good points in life rather than the bad, which is amazing because air signs we tend to shift to the negative because we're over analysing. But this shows that for your average Gemini, yous are really feeling like, yeah, stuff's actually starting to seem like it's getting somewhere and I'm feeling like I want to make new changes in my life. So this is about like changes and finding what you want and what you need in your life and your passions. So it's a good card to draw because you're going to have a lot of, again, realisation about what you want and what you need. So surrender to the childlike nature where you let go of fear and anxieties about doing stuff. Do new things, experience new things, get things off your chest, because I feel that's a big thing for Geminis too. You've got something building up here where it's like it needs to come off, right? Yeah. So at the end of the month, 80 coins, I love it. So this is all about putting a final aspect in place to make a new lease of life, basically. So it could be tied to your finances, work, but it's mundane, so it can be in relationships, work, and money. So again, this is you, it's been building up something and you might have been taking your time with it to build up to this new idea or new relationship or a new work venture. And this card's a really good positive omen because it shows at the end of the month you're going to be putting the final aspects into place so then you can make this new change happen. So go with it. And I feel like a lot of you Geminis didn't think you are near the final place, but once you place that final piece then you can move on to make a new structure. So you are nearing to the end of a cycle, more like, and it's a karma. So what's in your mind? King of Coins. So this is about you wanting more for your life. You wanting a better job. You maybe wanting to go back to college. You maybe want to learn a new skill trait so then you can create a substantial life. Your mind's like, I'm ready. I'm ready to make this new life for myself. Give me a new skill to learn. Because you Geminis are really receptive and you are good at taking in information and expanding it into your own. Especially because you've got the gift of gab. So again, your mind's asking you to, if you've been thinking about taking a new lease of life or a new venture, go with it because it could financially support you in a sense of that, and your mind's telling you that you are ready to take this new lease of life and new venture, so go for it. Advice, strength. So when the strength card comes up, people like you Geminis, so gain yourself enough credit for the stuff that they've already overcame in life and the stuff that they have achieved in their life. Like there's so much, like if you just take a second to quickly see all what you've achieved in your past, not the bad but the good, and how strong it's made you, then this things that you're facing right now is minuscule compared to it. So channel your inner strength. Didn't feed the demon within, because then that's what will bring the fear about. But if we didn't have fear, we wouldn't have courage. So again, that's strength. So It's alright to have fear, but try not live in it too much, because then it'll be hard to get the courage out of it. Just realise your strength, Gemini, man. And step into your potential and step out your comfort zone. Don't let fear hold you back or anxieties. So this is your love life, 3 wands. This is all about determination. So I feel like a lot of your Geminis might be not at the end of your terrors with your relationships, but you might be like, oh, I need something new. I need a wee bit of oomph back in my relationship. So you need to be determined to make it work. That's what this card's asking you to do. Find new ways to make the romance come back if it's lost, or if he's only getting enough out of life, he's only doing much and he's just sitting about, then it's maybe time to be determined and do something new, right? And if you're not in a relationship, be determined to find the right person and don't hold yourself back again with the fear side, because if you're not in a relationship, this card's actually a really positive omen because you're nearing towards one. That's what it means, and just keep determined. Now, water doesn't cut through a rock because it's strength. No. It cuts through the rock because it's perseverance and it's willpower to continue at something. So again, with your love life, continue at it, and if you're not in a love relationship, continue along your path. It's going to reap the rewards soon. But if you are in a relationship, change the way you think, please. And your work, Page of Swords. So a lot of your Gemini at work will be having a childlike nature in a sense, but at the same time, you are all going to be, is this right? Is it maybe? Or where could I improve, or should I be doing something else, or do you know what I mean? It's maybe you're not getting the emotional and mental satisfaction that you need for your work, Gemini. That's just what I feel, and this reading's not going to resonate with every single Gemini because it is an overall reading for the average Gemini. So if you want a private reading with myself, I'll drop my link in the Facebook page and go and check out the free content and all the free readings on there, and if you want a personal reading with me, feel free to check it out. So again, realise what you want and what you need. It's never too late to make a decision. You're one decision away from changing your full life, and that is the truth of the matter. So just don't chase anything what you don't want to anymore in a work sense. So 8 Cups. So this is a really good card for a summary because you're starting to build up a new emotional structure around your life. So you're starting to feel emotionally happy more, or you're starting to build a structure around that to feel emotionally happy more. So which is good. So keep going with the way that you're building stuff up and putting your emotions on the line and enforcing change in your life. But at the same time, Gemini, right, us air signs like not to be too harsh on people because we're nice by nature. And we like to just flow and be nice. But at the same time, Gemini, if it's us what are suffering, then it's time to make changes, right? So I didn't feel like you're suffering. You've got a lot of good going on. Remember your strength, right? Your childlike nature. You've almost got the final bits placed in to make a decision. Your mind's ready to take a new venture on what could absolutely come about abundance in your life. So your love life, just keep determined. It's coming, and make new changes if you're bored of old circumstances. And your work, again, you're not getting mental and emotional satisfaction maybe, or you're thinking you're not. So try and see where you can, or if not, leave it. And you're building up a new emotional way of living, which is amazing, Gemini. So, and that is your January 2018 reading. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you in February.